Another video. We are going to talk about the reverse.btc network and the distribution that you hopefully received yesterday. The first distribution of the Bitfari, of one of the Bitfari networks. We have over 30 networks. We will do a presentation about each of them so that they are very well documented and people start talking about them, so that they can appreciate the technology and understand how the whole system works. So today we have 5 topics. This presentation is going to be about 10 minutes. I'm going to do an intro on Bitfari first because I've noticed that some people lack some understanding about the platform and how the funds get in and how they get out. So let's start with that. Let's start with the intro. We really anticipate that Bitfari will be one of the most used cryptos, and we anticipate that Bitfari will be used thousands of times more than Bitcoin. Why do I say this? Well, when you see an ad, it's a pretty organic experience. You see one ad, then you browse to a different page, you see another one. So if Bitfari achieves, let's say, 1% of penetration of the number of ads that we see on a day, that's going to be about 50 ads per day, right? We don't do like 50 Bitcoin transactions per day. If Bitcoin becomes cash, you do probably maybe 10 cash transactions a day, and that's on a good day. So even on that simple example, Bitfari is like 5x more. It's used five more times than Bitcoin. But we really anticipate the protocol being used in a lot of ways, and it's a platform that will bring a lot of distributions, a lot of payments, and a lot of compensation to a lot of people. And you don't really have to like install anything or start mining to receive payments. You just need to have a wallet or a compatible application. So we make it pretty easy for people to start receiving payments with Bitfari. And there will be a lot of people that make money without putting any money in, because Bitfari basically pays for your attention. So you're compensated for your attention, and if you're doing some auditing, some efforts, then Bitfari will also pay for that. So this is the way Bitfari works. Bitfari is a peer-to-peer protocol for turning money into attention. So it works automatically. You pay to place an ad and have it seen by a number of people, and Bitfari gives money to these people so that they see the ad. So if Paul places an ad and he puts one Fari as a budget, this Fari is distributed to some people, and one of them might win the block. So in this case, Mary won the block. She won half of the Faris, half of the budget of the ad. All the people got compensated for their attention, but in this network in particular, there was a block reward. Now I need to specify there are multiple networks with multiple rules. Some networks have block rewards, others don't, because some networks have rules where they want to incentivize the payment, right? They want to incentivize the winnings. So they just want to market to people saying, join this network, you might win X or Y sweepstake, right? You might win a prize if you see the ads on my network or on my channel or on my webpage or whatever. Other networks just want to spread the message as thinly as possible and they just want to make this a standard distribution and send some dust of cryptocurrencies to thousands of people, potentially, right? So that a lot of people get compensated. Now, the block reward model makes people want to see the ads, because this becomes something substantial that they can win. So the price that they are being paid for their attention becomes 10 times higher, meaning, you know, if you have the potential to make a lot of money seeing ads, then you're gonna see a lot of ads. So in some sense, the protocol could be a lottery, or it could be a flat distribution where the average, you know, is distributed. Now, here is where digital landowners, you know, screen operators and auditors come in. They get a payment from this. So you can see this is only 0.6 FARI. So there's 0.4 FARI that went to these guys. And these are essentially network supporters. These are the people who mine the blocks. These are the people that validate your ads. They check that the ad doesn't contain bad images, bad text, hate speech, etc., etc., etc. You know, and there's always one screen operator or digital landowner that approves your ads or denies your ad, so that your ad gets the best distribution possible, right? There might be, you know, it might be the case that you send an ad to a screen in France, but the ad is in English. The screen operator will say, no, we only want ads in French, right? So that's part of the work that a screen operator does. They trim down the network, they raise the quality of it, and they are compensated for it. So in a typical distribution, auditors might get 5%, digital landowners get roughly 50% of the profits. So this is after paying everybody else 50% of the profits, but still, you know, it's good. And then the other part of the profits, it might go to an app developer, it might go in some cases to the foundation, it might get sent back additionally to users, so it might be sent back again. So people show these ads and consume these ads because they get money when they see the ads, right? So roughly this is the idea behind Bitfari. Now, if you think this is pocket money and this will not be relevant or significant, you might be mistaken. Why? Because as society has progressed, we have gotten more and more exposed to ads, meaning that now we see from 6,000 to 10,000 ads every single day. If you assume that Bitfari will take 1% of the ad market, or even 0.1% of the ad market, right? That's 10 ads per day that you will see on Bitfari, or 100 ads per day that you will see on Bitfari. You know, if it reaches 1%, it will be 100 ads. If it reaches 0.1%, you will see 10 Bitfari ads. And then if you go back to the example, 10 Bitfari ads might be equal to, you know, making 0.5 FARIs per day. And then if you do the math, 0.5 FARIs per day, that's 15 FARIs per month. And if you calculate the nominal value of those FARIs, those 15 FARIs times $125, that's $1,500. That's rent money right there. So it could be, and obviously that is the nominal valuation, is the value of the FARIs where you place the ads. But you could take those FARIs, place them on a nominal pool, sell them for $1,500, and now you got maybe rent money for a month or maybe 2 months, and that could also be the down payment of a car. So this is not thought as being a trivial payment, especially because we have 30 networks, and we are being very aggressive with development. As you know, there's a competing app that's called there's a competing token. It's called the Basic Attention Token. and they have a browser, and that browser pays you for some ads. They don't show a lot of ads because the browser cannot, it cannot block a lot of ads. A typical payment on BAT, on the BAT platform, might be $100, right? So we have the goal of making Bitfari an order of magnitude bigger than that. And we will be very happy if we get a message someday of somebody saying, I pay my rent using Bitfari, or even I pay for the college of my kid using Bitfari, or something like that. We have the ambition of making this into something substantial. Obviously, there are no guarantees. We could run into problems. Things might get complicated. The project might even fail. But this is not really the way things are going. The way things are going is that we are seeing massive growth, massive adoption, massive interest, and everything is trending up and to the right at an exponential rate. 2 months ago, we had a 10x on our Discord. We went from less than 100 members, less than 100 active members, to over 1,000 active members. So, and we expect to have multiple 10x events, and we're preparing a growth team for that. So, yeah, right now, we only see this trending up and to the right. Okay, so let's talk about the reverse network, and let's talk about the reverse Gini equation. So the reverse network is built to reverse the Gini coefficient. The Gini coefficient is something that we use in economics to measure the statistical dispersion of a distribution. It might be land distribution, money distribution, it might be, vehicle ownership distribution, but we just use the Gini coefficient to measure how wealth is distributed across a large number of individuals. And these are, typical figures of wealth distribution in the world. So as you can see, the 1% of people have 46% of the wealth. 33% of the people have 14% of the wealth, and in the world, 55% of the people are miserable. They are poor, and they face a lot of struggles, right? So as you can see, we have this problem. The 1% all owns nearly half. This is the problem that the world is facing. And the miserable own next to nothing. Half of the people own like almost 1% of the property. Let's see Bitfari's numbers. Let me just sort of change gears here and open up a spreadsheet. Okay, so if I open up this spreadsheet, this is the Gini coefficient, the distribution for Bitfari, and this is digital land. This is digital land mints. Okay, so as you can see, we have 149 digital land mints, and we have 14,000 mints, and we have multiple groups. In blue, we have the 1%, the extremely wealthy. So the 1% has 2,000 mints. So that's wealth. That's a lot of wealth. Now, the second group is the wealthy. This, you could call it 9%, you could call it 10%. They have on average 400 mints. The middle class has on average 150 mints. Okay, so the middle class in Bitfari is 25% people. The lower middle class is about 35% of Bitfari. They have on average 30 mints. Okay, this is the lower middle class. So if you add up the lower middle class, 35%, plus the middle class, which is you're gonna get a total middle class of 60%, which is good. It's not bad. So you take that 60% with this 10%, that's 70% of people that are doing okay. So from here up, 70% of our members are doing okay. That's fine. We like that because it's better. It's much better than what the planet is going through, right? But we have a problem down here. We have a problem down here, and it's the poor. 30% of the people are poor, and they have on average 2 mints, right? So that's depressing. Okay. Now, why will somebody have 2 mints? Well, most people got a coupon, which is something that only Bitfari does, and the coupon allows you to mint, I would say roughly 100 to 300 properties, right? So the problem of this group is that maybe they don't have transaction fees, okay? And this is a reality for a lot of people that want to join blockchains, new crypto projects, right? Maybe you don't have transaction fees. Maybe you needed to sell the coupon because you are you needed the money, right? But the Reverse.btc network will send you money so that you can keep minting, regardless of whether you are poor, middle class, or lower middle class. Let me make a pause here and tape the second part of this video.